Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. Today we're checking out take one of In My Life by the Beatles. This is from the Anthology. They just released, and there's a documentary as well, right? And I need to watch that. But I've been told there might be some songs in there that I haven't heard yet. I have heard quite a few Beatles songs up until now, including In My Life, because I've been doing a deep dive basically on the Beatles, going uh, through all their albums song by song. And I just finished Yellow Submarine on Patreon. If you're interested in that, we have a really cool community there. And there's 10 Beatles albums on there right now, song by song, but many other albums as well by many other artists. But yeah, this song has, you know, the Beatles have impacted my life quite in a big way since exploring them, and this song is a big part of that. I imagine for many Beatles fans, and I've learned after John Lennon's passing, this song took on quite a different meaning, right? And this is it's a fantastic song. It's just amazing, and yeah, even my daughter knows quite a few words now to this song, and sometimes I'm cooking in the kitchen, I start to hear her singing this song. So there you go. We're passing it on to the next generation, and maybe with like these anthologies and stuff. Some people say this. Oh, do we still need this right now? But I think we do, because it not only gives fans like the different takes and just like a refreshment of how great they were, but also it introduces new generations to their music, which is awesome. All right, long intro. I'm sorry. Um, don't lose affection for me, for the people and things that went before. Just stop and think about me in your life. Let's go.
In my life, take one.
Let's see if I hear the difference,
This
huh?
is so heavy too. These fenders are so heavy.
One, two, three, four. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning. And I think of love as something new, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
Oh,
Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
that's really cool to hear. I mean, if for fans, you want to hear all the takes, right? And that was, John's vocals were great. He has such a melodic, hypnotic voice. And there's a few differences here that I think I spot, and sometimes I think maybe not, but maybe a little bit more bass in some parts, not in his voice, but in the music and the arrangement. And of course, the famous, iconic piano solo isn't there. We get a little more laid back, like guitar, bass, drum part, uh, which I think as I understood it, it was piano, but then sped up, by George Martin, a little faster to keep up with the pacing of the track. I believe that's probably I'm wording it all wrong, but it's a piano. A lot of people first thought maybe it's a harpsichord, but it's actually piano sped up, right? If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then at the end, the last, the higher in my life and his falsetto, aren't in the last final production, maybe multiple vocal tracks, maybe? And here we only get like a single one, if I'm not, I don't know. Now I'm starting to think, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking that, and it's not.
My life, I love you more.
That is basically the same. That iconic like lick on the guitar is so good. I'm glad that it's also that was part of the early versions. That was just the base of the song, which is so good. And I love Paul's backing vocals here too. And now I'll have to really listen carefully to the original, because usually now when you listen more and more with, with a reaction, I'm trying to think of all the things or pick out little things, and then when I listen in the car, it just when I'm riding my bicycle or something, I'm putting the Beatles playlist on. I'm just reflecting on what he's saying, and listening to the music, and of course you think about the people in your life that came before, and you stop and think about them, right? And then you think about your own inevitable demise and how you might be remembered and stuff. And yeah, it's a fantastic song. But really, Paul's backing, I wonder is if that's the same, because it's very lightly, it's almost like double tracking, but with Paul, instead of John's own vocals.
There are places I remember all my life.
And then it's no voice.
Though some have changed.
You get vocalization. So here's he's doing the same words. And then is there a version out there of Paul singing this? I don't know. Wow, that would be great too.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places had their moments.
It's beautiful when you hear it, it's clearly in the headphones that they're singing that. It's so well lined up, and the contrast between their voices is great, even though it's so subtle. But when I look back at the start of my Beatles journey, where I couldn't even, in some parts, distinguish their voices yet, and now with a little bit more knowledge about them, when having watched the Get Back documentary and going through all their songs and reading Mal Evans' book, The Road, you start to learn a little bit more and more, and listening to their music over and over, it's yeah, the appreciation only deepens. It doesn't get stale, or it doesn't. That's why their music survived for so long, and it will for I mean, the Beatles will be here hundreds of years from now. So that's amazing. Fantastic song. Loved hearing this take. Let me hear that switch again. Where you usually get that piano.
Affection, the people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them.
Bass here.
My life, I love you more.
It's much more peaceful and soothing. bit slower,
though
right?
I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know
Yeah, this is really great to hear. I love this song, and it's cool to hear this take. I know there's many takes of many Beatles songs out there, and yeah, it's fun exploring these. And thank you everybody for spending some time with me. And I hope to see you in another video. And if you're interested in the Patreon and checking it out, it's not a lifelong commitment. You could just get the 1 month and blast through all 400 or 500 reactions that are on there and dip out. You know, that's the game you can play. I'm all here for that. Thank you again for being here. Hope to see you in another one. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.